Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. 10 by 10 inch stretched canvas from Artist Loft. That's an edge catcher, which is just a semi-stiff piece of plastic. That's a chip that's got to go. I'm going to do something I've been threatening to do for a long time, and I don't think I've ever really done it, but we're going to start in any weird way that's necessary. I'm going to put a little bit of black around my outside edges and leave the center for adding colors. For all intents and purposes, I'm thinking I'm just making a painting without doing anything to it. But if I don't like what's going on, I will swipe. I might even use my basting brushes, which I pulled out, or rakes to change the pattern. I got a couple. They're little acetate tools. They're not like the ones you usually see. I don't use them very often. It doesn't matter if this goes too far in toward the center, because the center is where my puddle's going to go, and it's got to be tipped out. I even kind of wonder if maybe putting it off center would be better for tipping, since we will be tipping. But tipping really requires a fairly decent layer of paint on the bottom. Now this could probably be fun as a funnel pour too. I use a canning funnel because it's got a much bigger opening, so it's a completely different. There I go. I'm priming a canvas and just chatting away. Let's get rid of the rest of this paint. Throw that in the bucket for right now. Do all the things I usually do when I'm making a pan of colors. If I really don't like what's going on, I'll pour it onto another canvas and we'll deal with that. I might want to move that around. But I'm going to just keep going for now. That was Deco Art Iridescent Pearl. I'm going to use some Water Lily. See, there's quite a few bubbles in there. We'll wind up having to torch. I'm trying to pick some of my favorite colors. I'm going to use some saffron. I'm not trying for any pattern since this is the first time I've ever done this in this way. This is Red Violet. I want some of my Yellow Orange. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I got to start somewhere, so this is how I'm starting. I'm going to grab some Orange Crush. I might put some black in there. Not sure how this is going yet. I got some Frozen and some Snapdragon next. Snapdragon. I think I'm going to use a little bit of Perfect Indigo too. I kind of want a lighter color in there, and I'm thinking I've got Periwinkle, which is right here. I want something darker purple, and I've got Amethyst with Eggplant. Amethyst Modern Masters with Eggplant, which is a purely pigment from Colourarte, which is still in business in case anybody's wondering. This is Venetian Blue. From Modern Masters. Instead of the black, I'm guessing. I might still do the black. I want something red. This is Golden's Iridescent Gold. It's a very much lighter color. I could put some white in there too, but I don't think I need to. But I do have some cerulean blue. Oh, it's not open. Never mind. I wish that weren't the case though. We might get a drop. Might get more than a drop. Okay, that's looking like maybe enough, with the possible exception of me wanting some tickled pink. No idea how this is going to work. I still didn't put in the perfect indigo. Who knows, it may wind up being a swipe after all. It's not as pretty as some of the ones that I make that get disposed of. Let's just do this thing. Let's find my tweezers, because I can see something. No, maybe it's a bubble. I'm going to try and get as close to the edge as I can all the way around. They're looking better. Hey, so who needs a marble? Just do it to it. Beautiful colors. This could be super fast and simple. Well, is anything ever really super fast? I don't know. But the colors are great and I love them. Reminds me of the fruit striped zebra that I used to see advertised when I was a kid for gum. If it goes all the way to the edge, that would be okay with me, although I kind of like it the way it is too. Now if I hold that fairly stiffly, it will usually allow me to shuffle it right back on. And since I didn't paint my edges, yay, I still have someplace to hang on to. Turn it again. Although that's looking fairly even there, so I'm going to switch sides. I'm glad I put that tickled pink in. I really like it. I was wondering how this was going to go. Yeah, I'll have to do it again because I want to put the basting brush in, but I don't want to do it to this one because I really like this one. And it could come to the point where if I'm still within the boundaries of reason, I might leave my edges undone and black them in later. I can't believe I've never done this before. In 8 years you'd think so. That's how long I've been doing this, at least 8 years. Doing fluid art. Although I have tended to use it for whatever I wanted to, not specific methods. Oh, I almost went over the edge. I'm going to let that go all the way down, hopefully. It's a lot of tipping. I want that yellow back. So I've really only got this bottom piece here. It's got black. Glad I put the black underneath. It does seem to be working. Last side, hopefully. Well, maybe not. I might be more hopeful to continue. Come on. I'd really love to not make a mess, but it's pretty much par for the course at this point. I need to tip it all the way back so that there's an even flow on my left hand so I can tip it toward the edge. I must have done this sometime in 8 years. But it's been a long time if I have. We're going to make it to the side. Cool. Ha! And at that point, I think it's time to abandon the necessity to feel like I need to cover my black. Because there is some black in there. Although right now, I kind of want to do that so I don't have to look at the white line. And like I said, I can always cover that tomorrow. That's pretty. I don't need a marble. I'm sure a marble would be fun. I'm sure lots of people have done marble fun. I have not. I have not felt the need. Okay, I'm going to hit it with a torch really fast because I saw a few bubbles along the way. And of course at this point, if you wanted to, you could certainly get away with swiping. That white is bugging me. I shouldn't be bugged. It doesn't, the black doesn't really stick out. I could also put some spirals in. I'm wondering what else I should do to this. Maybe I should do nothing and do another one another day. I want to check and say if that is a large object that needs to be. Yes, it is. Fairly large object. Now there's nothing to keep me from doing anything I want at this point, but whether I want to or not is another question. I guess I want to. Once I get all the way over there, I can come back again, hopefully. And I did, yes, I torched, but the paint was fairly heavy, so. I got paint all the way to the edges, which is really okay. Except for I have made a mess that I will have to clean up, starting with my hands now. But that's cool. I'm loving that. I need to put a spiral in there. Maybe a couple. There are a couple that happen to be naturally occurring, but I think it's kind of cool. That one looked like an object that needed to be removed. I'm just going to take my paint right off my turntable, put it on the canvas, and maybe I should shimmer that out too. I bet it will be shimmery. Gotta quit sticking my fingers in the paint. I love that I have a few little cells over here. The gold ones are beautiful. That must be the iridescent gold. I will be trying to fix my edges a little bit, but that's sweet. I like this a lot. That tickled pink made it, I think. And I really thought it was going to be kind of ugly because I didn't have like a composition, but it's composed itself. So go ahead, trust the universe, see what you get. You can always change it at the last minute, no doubt. Thank you for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for watching longer. My email address is easpb and the word gallery spelled out at gmail.com if you'd like to inquire. An artwork. Linked here you'll find Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, a couple of my websites, my Amazon link. Volumes 1 and Volumes 2 of my books are on the Amazon link because I can, and Unlimited Possibilities, the first and the second 100 videos I made for YouTube. Questions are welcome and encouraged. My community board will show you tomorrow's video. Thank you. Thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to the members. Thank you to those of you who use PayPal to make a donation to keep me painting. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys endlessly, and you inspire me always. My paint pouring recipes below show more. Thank you for being here. Bye for now. Priscilla out.